Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series of Crusader Kings 2 here on the Lord Master channel. And as you can see, the world is shattered. This is a Shattered Realm playthrough for the first time. When I say first time, I mean first time for me, Lord Master. I decided to do this, and as you notice, the start date at 769. This is not the Iron Century bookmark, which is the most recent patch that came out last week as of this recording. I had this series planned 3 weeks ago and decided to record it here, in which I currently play as... we're in the Duchy of Niniveh. I am Duke Ashur of Nineveh, who is of an Assyrian origin. Yes, I am doing an Assyrian playthrough, which the Assyrians are a Byzantine culture, which, like all the other Byzantine cultures, such as the Greeks, Armenians, Georgians, Coptic, Gothic, Armenians, we can blind and castrate prisoners, which I gotta come up with a set of rules for that, so let's not get antsy on all that stuff. And, with ruler designer and a few things, a brilliant strategist who is an organizer, because we got to get troops moving, because, you know, I'll explain a little bit for reasons why. Also uncoved, novice fighter, deceitful, cynical, stubborn, lustful, and diligent. And my wife, Tam. Midas touch and born attractive. There you go. Stubborn, kind, cynical like me, and just. I like that in a wife. Someone who's just. Now, with this Shattered Realm, all the kingdoms and empires are broken up into what I did the set. I did a set of everybody's a duchy, all single ruler duchies. So they control all the, duchies, satrapies, emirates, I'm saying in a cultural sense. And I've set the consolidation casus belli, which is where you fight for one county for each time, as you can see here. This is a Shattered World, you could choose to outright conquer any counties that either border your realm or no more than one sea zone away. This casus belli will become unavailable after 25 years have passed since the game started. For as long as the casus belli is available, the border dispute casus belli will be unavailable. Yeah, that's what I've set. Set to 25 years, so it'll be over by 793. That's when this whole thing will be over. So you're going to see countries from around the world scrambling for a piece of land and try to build up a kingdom as much as they can. But in this case for Assyria, in this playthrough, I mean I'm Nineveh currently, but we'll soon have Assyria, a kingdom, unless it'll happen in the second episode, depending on the progress. So what are my goals for this series, some of you are wondering? Well, my goal is to, recreate the Neo-Assyrian Empire like in ancient times, which means the de jure kingdoms. Al Jazeera, which will be the first kingdom that I would have to put together and inform, which of course it will be renamed Assyria. And go down and take the kingdom of Iraq, which it will be renamed Babylonia, and then eventually Syria, then Jerusalem, and maybe the big prize, Egypt, in which I said big prize because they've added more duchies and counties in Egypt on a recent update, including they made the Nile River navigable. And I'm sure one would think, if you were doing, a Viking or Norse playthrough, that yes, you can raid Egypt too. You know, all the way down there in Novatia. Well, Egypt isn't the only one I gotta face with, but so did southwestern Spain and Portugal. They added 2 more navigable rivers and new duchies and counties. Oh, and 2 new cultures since I saw Sardinia there. There's the Sardinian culture now, And up there is the Slovenian culture, which these are the ancestors of the Slovak peoples, the Slovakians. So yeah, Bohemians only confined there instead of all over the place. And now Assyrian here, it's not a new culture, it's been around since Trade Dragon, I believe. And the thing is, you know, if you recall the past two series that I've done, one is Bosnia and the other Ragusa. So yeah, the Bosnian and Dalmatian cultures I was, and now I'm Assyrian. One must think that I must be a fan of minority cultures in this game, where you can say they're uncommon, but now, at least in this Shattered Realm playthrough, I'm not the only Assyrian here. There's also in Samara and Mudan. Now, we have to look at the Bloodlines, which I've set to 12 great conquerors. So here they are. Sadek, the Lion of Bavaria. Somali, Sunni Muslim. This is what a conqueror line looks like, for example. Combat skill, vassal opinion, and periodically attracts a servitude of great warriors, which means every once in a while you will be given a great commander that will definitely serve you. Now here are the others. We got one from over there, Marat Jayan. And I forgot to show for the other guy. They all come with swords. For personal combat skill, morale, damage, and defense. So they're going to be a lot better in combat. And here's some more. You got the Giant of Cornwall, which I'm sure he'll form Wales one day. Kagan Sobuk, who's a Turkish Slavic pagan, oddly enough. It's an odd combo. Is the Emir. He's from Algeria. Ibadi Muslim. Popping my knuckles here. And now, Theodoros, the Cyclops of Cilicia. Caton Sevden the Great. Pecheneg Manichaean. Barbara Inata Goliath. Female, although this time. Lives down in that part of Africa. And now that one way up there in the Tibetan regions, even though. The World Burner, a Bohemian. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get Moravia and maybe Nietzsche, and one would think he'll probably recreate Czechoslovakia or something. And a one from Kashmir. And finally, the other Kagan, who's Tengri. So there you have it. Great conquerors, but the ones closest to me is Cilicia. Which we'll have to watch out for that in the future. Unless they're just going to form Anatolia, and that'll be, you know, staying out of my business. Which is fine by me. Oh, another thing about Shattered Realm. China. Shu Empire. Yes. Due to a Shattered Realm, there is no Western Protectorate territory out right now. So just create an entirely new Chinese empire. Who's led by a pretty young emperor. Who likes eunuchs but doesn't like concubines. Odd man. Well, I ain't got any eunuchs to offer. So you could say the guy doesn't like having women around in his court, but he likes having, well, men who have been castrated in his court. Court eunuchs. Right. Let's put together a council, even though it's already been put together. You got a terrible chancellor. Oh, you got no talent. Alright, I'll put you there. Is there anyone else with good martial skill? Just in case if I have to switch it up. I was about to make you court chaplain to switch, but no. You'll be fine. So we got 3,000 troops. I think we should be alright. Train a few more and we'll go out and get them. Let me drink. 10 minutes have passed. Gotta get a cartographer. Obviously my wife. Now, if you remember the previous series of Ragusa, where I used a Great Trade League mod, which I forgot to tell you the list of mods, which I'll tell you that in a moment, where we look for resources as a way of getting more money. Unless you're a member of the Great Trade League Society, then you'll get the local resources. So, okay, there's one. Ivory Hunter's Lodge. And knowing the surrounding counties, there is no resources here. But I have plans to take, areas like Kurdistan, Edessa, and there. So Kurdistan has a silver mine. There has a silkworm farm. Oh boy. And Edessa has a flax field. So you can say, as we conquer the counties, we'll make a little more money. Which is good for me. And we'll eventually work our way down into other areas. Too bad there's no nearby gold mine. Okay, there is no gold mine in the Middle East. So, as far as, like, what's the nearest gold mine in adjacent to Assyria and Niniveh region? The closest gold mine is in Donja Kraj, in Bosnia, where I used to play in that area 2 playthroughs ago. Or another one up there in Kylum. And here's another gold mine here. Again, just showing you examples. So yeah, memorize these locations. Have it on standby. Make crown focus here. And speaking of focus, I will focus on war. And my ambition, groom an heir, because we need children. And recruit me a court position. Now, the mods. I remember telling you about the mods. What I have activated for this playthrough, as it goes on alphabetical order. The mods are Artifact Acquisition and Overhaul, CPR Plus, Cultures and Portraits Revamped, which I haven't used that since the Zoroastrian Croatia playthrough. The Christian Immersion Mod, which I'm using it here for the first time to make the Nestorian playthrough interesting. Territorial's buildings, historical and fantastical artifacts, patron deities, soulmates, the Great Trade League, Orders of Chivalry, and finally, University, which is another mod that I haven't used since Croatia. Now, there's another, well, I think there is one more thing I would have to talk about. It's like, yeah, there's the Nestorian faith. Here's our patriarch, which he's half and half. But the moral authority is so low, and look, Baghdad is already under Nestorian control. I need to control that to make the moral authority go up even more. And somewhere down the line, Jerusalem eventually. Like, I showed you the Bloodlines, but here's another thing what they've added, which was soon after I was finished with the Ragusa series and the recordings back in March. But the series ended last month, if you people recall. There are no wonders of the world, because the realm is shattered. The Great Works patch, which came out in April, which means you can build these great works, which I'll show you here, for example. But you can build all these things, even though it's going to cost you a lot of money and time. And of course for the coastal areas. And a grand amphitheater if you are a Greek or Italian or Roman. Yeah, all that great stuff. Which of course it's going to cost you a lot of money, but we shouldn't be worried about building grand structures that'll take you decades. We're going to be ready for the first war. You're going to be designated regent because I need somebody with a high martial skill just like me. Oh, because I'm Nestorian, they have the community of St. Abraham. But I will join the round table, so this will be similar to the beginning of the Ragusa series. Give me a moment. I thought I was hearing something. Anyways. Who should I attack first? We have 3,000 troops. Okay, Kurdistan is first. Because it's a consolidation war. It's all about land grab. Well, not a holy war. Don't do that. That's going to make the other Zoroastrians come over here. After 16 minutes, first war is declared. Right. Oh yeah, due to the university mod, those two, well, universities just, well, they're destroyed now because Shattered Realm. Don't worry about that. One measly gold. Scouts bring word of a mystic blind man that supposedly works miracles. He appears around the villages and cures all manner of ailments afflicting the peasants. There are even rumors that he made a lame man able to walk again. The peasants call him Ezekiel the Blind. A gift of gold would convince him to come. Well, he's a blind mystic and a hunchback. Well, we do make a lot of good money. That's only if we're at peace. You know what? Sure. Bring him in here. Hey, since I'm an organizer, I gotta get him moving. No, I was about to say, you're gonna arrive a lot sooner? Okay, everybody's here, so put me in the center, and perfect. You got siege leader, and we also have a holy warrior, which will definitely, well, cause a lot of damage against anybody who is not Christian. And this guy is Zoroastrian, so this will be easy for us. And since I'm an organizer, we're going to get these troops moving fast. Yes, we're going to have to cross the river and the mountains. The Order of St. Anthony. The Knights of St. Anthony come from one of the oldest chivalric orders in the world. In 370, disciples of Anthony the Hermit founded the Order of St. Anthony under the patronage of the Emperor of Ethiopia. Though they've kept a low profile for many centuries, this holy order has now resurfaced as a powerful force. Their stated purpose is to protect Miavite Christians from all those who seek them harm. and to purge the land of the infidels and heretics wherever it may be found. Saint who? Well, oh yeah, he's a good guy. Me was like Christian. Should they ever get in a holy war, they have the advantage of those with that faith, particularly the Coptics and the Armenians. Let's fight. All is well. And since we have a siege leader, these holdings will go down a little faster. See what this great conqueror is up to. Nothing right now. After we take Kurdistan, Edessa will be next. And that's for moral authority reason. After the siege, my men bring me a series of precious books they found in the holding. I take an interest in a particular one, but it will require some translation. No, it ain't worth it, man. I ain't gonna spend money because money is too little of a commodity. Oh, I forgot something, regarding domain size. Centralization. Now I can personally hold more counties. And if I hold more counties personally, more income, especially in these resources, like that silver mine here. Get up to 100 and I will request military training. It'll be just like Ragusa, the previous series of how I started off with. Come back in July. Okay, one more month, then we'll get to go. Holy war for Baghdad. The Zoroastrians are not only fighting a holy war against those guys from Oman, but also attacking Baghdad. But there are many Nestorian countries out there, so should be fine. I don't need to get involved. I'm here to grab land. Worry about moral authority later. Yep, invading the Duchy of Anatolia, I told you. One day this is going to become Kingdom of Anatolia. I have no use for you. If I had a piety, I would, make you take the vows or something. Greetings, Ashur. Let me share the best trick to improve yourself as a fighter. Field experience. Gather some of your men and lead them on the battlefield to a certain death. Fight well. Signed, Engelbert. Okay. That means I have to lead my men in the battle. Well, meanwhile, I will request military training right now. Oh, and forgot to choose a patron saint. Of course, it's gonna hurt my fertility, but it'll be worth it. I already have that ambition where I should have children soon. Yeah, I remembered all this stuff. Oh, and due to the Christian Immersion Mod, you can order memorial masses to be held if you're, you know, Nestorian or something. That's the reason why I added a Christian Immersion Mod, just to make a Nestorian playthrough interesting, since they also have a lot of features if you're Catholic, Orthodox, Miaphysite, or any of those heresies. And you can even make preparations for Lent and Easter. But religious ceremonies should be the least of my worries. Want to surrender now? That man. Where's his army, by the way? Yeah, everybody's joining up on the Nestorian Zoroastrian Holy War. Which you could say, yeah, it'll be good for the moral authority in the long run. Just have to get Edessa. That's gonna be our next target. Okay. He's gonna teach me things. Not to mention getting a bit of money. Okay, 2 more weeks and, well, more than 2 weeks. Offer some books about tactics and warfare that's martial related. And I've gained a erudite trait. So that means more learning, which I can write a book now if I wanted it to. What's Edessa up to? Holy war for Azerbaijan. Zoroastrians are attacking them. Those guys. Kurdistan is ours. And remember, we've got another source of income from a local resource. And unfortunately, we cannot attack Edessa because I need 100 piety. I don't think they have a resource, do they? No. So, I can't attack those countries because I need piety. Because, you know, declaring war on somebody against heathens, Zoroastrians. Guess you guys are going to be next. And we'll have the same number of, roughly the same number of troops as we had off the start. I mean, you gotta have the northern flank of Nineveh. Put myself here because I'm an organizer. Gotta get these guys moving. Well, would you look at that? Another organizer. Since we have the Zoroastrian Baron as one of our commanders, well, we'll make use of him. As in, get your Zoroastrian men moving. Again, we'll be fighting in the mountains. They don't have a river crossing advantage from Nineveh. No, we're just gonna go through the mountains without taking a river crossing penalty. We should be alright. And these guys aren't infidels, so don't bring the holy warrior with us. But do keep the siege guy. Yeah, I guess he can come with us too. He's alright in my book. Friendly duel to teach me the basics. That's martial related. Those are traits I'm going for. See, there you go. My training is over. I've endured a lot more or less relevant training techniques from my instructor, but in the end it was worth it. I'm better prepared for the battles ahead, but I could always improve myself more. Onward to glory. Now I've become Brothel, which adds more martial skill and personal combat. So, I mean, that guy is terrible, but he's an old man, so take it easy on him. Have to complete this mission by winning a battle. I noticed that I took a reckless charge tactic, which is due to me being Brothel, so that has a flaw in itself. Battle of Bira. One day you have to specialize. I hear the voice of my old quartermaster in my head. As I look out over the battlefield and the mountains of Bira, the sight fills me with resolve. I will need to find a focus for future battles, but what will it be? Well, in future battles, it's like, yes, we'll get Edessa. There's flat terrain of the deserts and the plains, especially further south as you go down to Iraq. I'll just focus on heavy infantry, because the majority of our troops are heavy infantry. Now, let the sieging begin. To Ashur. I heard that you were going to lead the army in person. I didn't think you had the guts. I'm a bit scared to see that you survived and are getting stronger. May we not meet in a duel. Never rest. And I will continue my training to improve the combat skill. That's the way it is. Just wondering, does my spy master like me? Because I have a tendency to, you know, just learning a lesson from the old Bosnian series I did. Make the spy master like you, so you'll be less likely to be assassinated off the very beginning. I don't want to rank up yet. It's like, yes, it's fine, combat skill-wise, but I needed to improve more. If this guy's gonna come down and try to siege Kurdistan, we'll beat him. We'll beat him up. Yep, just as I suspected. Let's pick up the speed a little. It's gonna be a long series, you know, you gotta speed up a little. $65 gold, there you go. I'll spend on something soon. This guy a battlefield terrain master? No? But then again, they're the Kurds. You know, no friends but the mountains, as the old saying goes. This campaign's been easy pickings. Swinging my sword through the mountains is a pleasure, and my fellow soldiers are equally jovial, surrounded by the blood of our Kurdish enemies, and the cries of battle. Look, enemy commander Gazarta is hiding. Someone suddenly shouts, pointing out to the distance. Well, he's a court champion that's also has cancer. But don't underestimate him. I'll do him. I did it again, that reckless charge tactic. I don't know what happened to the... We lost one of our commanders. Oh no, there goes our siege guy. Yeah, in that battle we... Yep, KIA. Because he was also the designated regent. You killed one of my best commanders. Not to mention, he's our siege leader, and we were supposed to get things done faster, but now, well, looks like it's going to be slowed down. After this war, spend your money on something. I guess I'll have to put you up there because you're one of the best. And maybe you'll get another leadership trait over time. Baghdad took Samarra. Emirate of Baghdad, to be more correct. Which again, we're all Nestorians, so we're all brothers. Do it again. There you go. I am now a trained fighter, so now I got more personal combat skill. But of course, it's got to continue because it has 4 tiers, but you got to keep using the military training and pick the right combination of the stuff that you're training people with. You keep it up, and they'll become a skilled fighter, and eventually formidable fighter, the 4th and final tier. After the army enters Razina, any sense of discipline is lost, and the men started to rob, burn, and pillage. Oh man, don't do that. I will stop this immediately and hang the culprits. There's a 72% chance I managed to regain control of the army. All controlled armies of 5% of the commanded troops are killed. 50%, 50 prestige, I mean. And also we'll get strong later. But there's a 28% chance I'm unable to stop the killing and destruction, and they will lose one of their buildings in the holding, and I will be a week later to some. So I'm a strong leader. You see, Ashur does not tolerate indiscipline in the army. Discipline, men. Oh yeah, we'll beat him to it. You know what, screw it, we're gonna go find... because we'll lose too many troops by trying to siege just one more holding, but... No, we're going after them now. Vahid. That's an interesting name. Bad dysentery. Unfortunate. Well, this county is ours now, though it has no resource. It's just our way of, well, continued domination. Well, the holy wars are still ongoing, which means I cannot fight any more wars at this time, except maybe Samara, which they're weaker, because they've lost to Baghdad recently. I was about to say, did any of the heresies spring up yet? No. No Nestorian heresies currently. Again, it's just now I ask myself the question, should we just fight one more war against Samara by... Oh yeah, I think we should, I just remembered. Silkworm Farm. Very valuable. Yep. Definitely go one more war. And also build up some walls for further tax income and increase in levy size. Just only the holdings of Nineveh Duchy. Okay, one more war and then we'll take a break. And just wait for the, negative opinion to go down a little. And to reinforce. As per usual. Put myself here to get troops moving faster. And, of course, get the Zoroastrian Kurd. Get his troops moving, even though... Alright, everybody's on board. Guess we'll have to bring the Holy Warrior with us, despite the fact these guys are Nestorian like us, but we just need the best commanders on the field. That's what we need to do. Oh, and they're retreating, okay. Good on you. Fighting skills still improve. And you see that? That money I just got right now? That's from one of the local resources, either the Ivory Hunter's Lodge or the Silver Mine, for example. You'll get that yearly. It'll keep going until it's either depleted or has a little event where you're going to have to spend your prestige and try to put more money in it. Unless a disaster happens in that local resource. And, you're going to have to spend that money to fix it. But eventually, the resource will be exhausted. And if you wish to find another resource, then you can search your domain for a resource. Like you could say one day maybe Nineveh could have, I don't know, since it's a desert, maybe incense. Just for example. For what reason? What did Ezekiel ever do to you? Leave Zeke alone, alright? The constant surges of adrenaline and increased heart makes me weary. It's not as fun being angry as it used to be. Should take it easier. No longer wrathful. Last. I am deep in thought as my court physician Ezekiel suddenly erupts here. My Duke, I know that both you and the Duchess desire an heir for the realm. If you so wish, I could research ways to enhance your royalty, all in order to facilitate the creation of a worthy successor. Oh boy. Do you really want to trust a blind, hunchback mystic who is you know, that kind of guy? So, well, I like taking risks. So, yes, please go ahead. So, Ezekiel will begin looking for ways to increase my fertility. What he's gonna do? Make me, well, I don't know, take a blue chew or something? If you didn't know what a blue chew is, it's, give me a moment, Ezekiel. Blue chew is a product where it's like Viagra and Cialis, but it's first in a chewable pill. Again, that's for the old folks. You know, grown folk stuff. Anyways, court physician Ezekiel approaches me with a smile on his face. I have succeeded, my Duke. If you drink this concoction, your potency will magnify tenfold. The royal bloodline is saved. Most excellent, give it here. If this kills me... Oh, don't add any more words. Okay, I'm coughing. Yeah, that's some shit. I just said that because I saw the word dysentery. Oh. News from China. The people of Kasake probably never knew why the imminent emperor chose to attack Benishabin of Iradi. Regardless, they've suffered a crushing defeat and Han armies are journeying home to celebrate as their victory has finally been declared. The dragon is not to be toyed with, which I didn't know. That's what that title is? I never heard a female word for that, of that particular Iranian culture. So yeah, don't mess with the Shu Empire. Shortly after drinking a convocation, I feel full of energy and vigor. It seems it'll work. The lineage is surely saved now. Now where's the Duchess? I mean, yeah, she doesn't like me slightly because, well, it's because I'm uncooved and I'm currently coughing. Maybe that potion was a little nasty. Defenders of Mosul, aka Nineveh. Good. Okay, I'll sway you for once, and then I'll start swaying for my wife. Alright, we can talk in private. We got prisoners. Oh, bunch of them. Oh yeah, I forgot about the mayor. No, nobody's died in the dungeon yet. We just got some prisoners. We hit the jackpot here. You want your wives and kids back? So, give me all that money. And after the walls are built... Well, actually, there's one more wall to build. Oh yeah, after that, then we're gonna have to spend it on militia training grounds and barracks to have more troops. Okay. Either lustful or you're the... Well, he's a bishop. It's like, I guess he doesn't mind about, you know, found the entertainment you're liking. I mean, he's cynical. Matter of fact, is almost every Nestorian bishop cynical these days? I've yet to see a zealous one, so here. Huh! He was so struck by my generosity and kindness as a host that just before departing, he told me that now he feels indebted to me. I guess I made the right choice. This bishop likes women, and now I gotta start swaying my wife. I want her to like me more, and then we're gonna have children. As my fertility level, with the combination of lustful and that potion I just drank, is and groom and heir ambition, 20%. My fertility level is through the roof. Lecherous invalid, he just called me. I saw that text. Finally. Thank God for Ezekiel. He is truly a miracle worker. I was about to check. I realize I've been free from my cough for a few days now. Being able to sleep at night without waking up coughing is a blessing. I feel better. Done and done. A harsh training program. Don't tell me, not Ezekiel. Don't kill Ezekiel. He helped me get my fertility up. But, well, I don't want my children to be born with whatever bad thing, so I'll make sure that she gets all she wants and more. So she's gluttonous and well-fed. She might become fat one day, but she's still going to be beautiful. You know, she's attractive. I think we should go beat them one more time. Yeah. Chancellor Baron Avina is doing a superb job. I'm having trouble with the town and castle in Dare. That's where I'm currently positioned. And of course I shall send my Chancellor Baron Avina to try and increase the relation between them and us. Which one should I start with? Town or the castle? Well, since I'm the only feudal vassal around, and I know some mayors don't like me because I'm using their troops, so the town. There. Everybody's positive. But this pregnancy has made my wife, Tam, much more talkative and cheerful than usual. She never misses the chance to chat with anybody within earshot. Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time possible resting in a dark room to avoid giving birth to a sickly child. You need to rest. Please. I'm giving you the food, now you need to rest. I want you to be as healthy as possible. Resting in the dark has really helped my wife calm herself and clear her head. She looks in much better health and is ready to deliver a strong child as I hope. All thanks to such a simple remedy. And be sure to drink that potion that Ezekiel made. Look, if I have a son, I know exactly who I'm going to name. No, I'm not going to name him Ezekiel. That's probably for the grandchildren. But it's for the sake of, you know, Nestorian faith relevance. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now we control the silkworm farm, which means we'll get even more income. I think we should rest. Because the peace treaty is signed. Holy wars are not over yet. Well, actually, the Nestorian one, they've succeeded in consolidation. Ah, here it is. Yes, Baghdad is one. So moral authority is up. Just a tad bit. And coming soon, Edessa. But the Zoroastrians are winning. Catholicos Yonahan of the Olipinarian Church? What the heck? Thinking. So we're just gonna consolidate our gains, but they're not finished yet. But nonetheless, I guess we'll rest. And I gotta do something with these prisoners. Rough tadpole. Oh, I feel bad about her. She's just a baby who's sick and has the unction, which she recently received the anointment of the sick. That's part of the Christian Immersion Mod features. Well, heck, why am I not married to you? It's too bad I can't recruit her because, well, we know who the daddy is, and he doesn't like me one bit, so you'll stay under house arrest until I'll figure out what to do with you. And we got a giant who is an infirm. That's what you get for growing too much. Oh, and then this Curtis man. Which is too bad we can't recruit any of them either. Which I ain't gonna let him out of prison until we conquer this one more county eventually. Armenia made a good gain. It defeated the Zoroastrians. Right now we're just trying to rest a little, regain our strength back to 3,000 strong, or so. It is good tradition to have some gossips around a pregnant woman in order to keep her calm and distract from the tribulations of this delicate time in her life. As Tam's husband, it is my duty to provide her with the support she needs. I will have some maids dispatched. Keep her comfortable. When are they going to be finished? This coming April. I sure have an opportunity that may interest you. There's a war going on that could use a few good men like you. Oh, a perfect opportunity to do some real combat and test your skills. Contact Duchess Pulcheria and receive your permission to help. Paphlagonia, that's where you're from. That's up there. My goodness, he's growing. Very well. It's for the glory, so her realm's at war, and glory is on the menu. The simplest option would be simply offer some military advice, or send her some of your men. There's also possibilities her in the war, or would need to actively participate in the war. Look, we got the money. Offer advice and training. Thank you for your help, Ashur. Know that your help is appreciated and welcome. Your advice will help me wage war more effectively. I will make sure to spread the words about your assistance in the matter. May you find your glory. She is welcome. There we go. Got involved in some war to spread our fame. It's just the money, even if it's only getting some advice. Round Table's renowned for its expertise in the matter. Yep. Okay, just for once. Even though it's not the right option for a guy of martial training, it's just, I don't know, just a small attempt to try to get a trade. If not, well then I'll just ignore and accept the ones that's related to martial. Huh. Ever since the Armenians took control of that area, they still have a Zoroastrian fire temple there. A daughter is born normal. I'm fine with that name. Ketina, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Ketina. If you notice that middle name there, that says Barta, so it's Ketina Barta Ashur. Barta is female, feminine. It's daughter of. And if I had a son, it would be insert name here bar Ashur, for example. Assyrian naming custom. Get used to that. Alright, training is over. I might become patient or become a bit closer to improve the fighting skill. Fighting skill is getting closer and closer, so keep on going. You're doing well. Although I'm kind of tempted to rank up a bit, but I'll think about it. Right, let's get back to work. I had to take a little break, eating lunch and whatnot. 19 years old, still in my prime. Well, meanwhile, you've got this Cyclops fella who is still trying to grow his country, in which he may one day form the Kingdom of Anatolia. And I hope he'll go after these smaller counties next, like a big bully he is. And I would go after this one next. Is he a member of the Trade League? Yes. Well, he does live in Edessa, home of the flax field. It's where you get your linen cloths from. But his war is not over yet, so I can't declare war against him because he's a Christian like me, but two different branches. So in the meantime, we're just going to be inactive for the time being, as this negative opinion goes down, and the troop army levies go up. And wait for those castle walls to be finished, just for more income. I've invited people in my court to take part in a war game, which we practice defending our land from invading enemies. We will use wooden models to represent invading armies, and I shall have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. Yeah, sure. We assign tasks for the war game. We decide that Nechunya Bishop. Oh wait, that's someone else. Nechunya will defend me, while Lazio will be leading the invading forces. And let the best warlords win. At the beginning of the war game, the enemy quickly tries to advance up in the hills and areas to get strategical advantage. I will rush forward with the light skirmishers before their force reach the hill. Lazio decides to charge forward with his troops toward our skirmish troops, forfeiting the opportunity to get a position on the hills. Nechunya suggested we should move our troops to the hill. Oh, that's you, the mayor. I'll use cavalry to cover the skirmishers retreat while taking the hill. I think it's a... Our opponent's troops are clearly tired. By using the high ground to our advantage, we quickly gain the upper hand. It is concluded that the defending team is victorious. Good game. Most of the time I never win these, but now this is one of the fewest times that I've actually won a board game. Not for carousing. This is for strategy. What are you doing? Consolidation. Alright, you guys are fighting each other. I forgot about you. Well, if you lose this war, I'm going to take one of your counties. I realized to become a great fighter, I would need to get into better shape. There's a great path in the nearby woods that would be excellent for running. Let's go running, even though the only bits of woods that one would think. Those palm trees over there, right outside Nineveh, Mosul. Yeah, it's barren in Mosul, not Nineveh. As war grows to be a constant presence in my life, I have on several occasions faced and almost courted death. I no longer feel fear. I'm brave. Just like my father always said to me, be brave and don't be a puss. And I don't mean his unknown father, I'm saying my real life father. Guess we could build something else now. Need more troops. That's what I have in mind. Well, we'll let them duke it out. We're still waiting for that war in Azerbaijan to end. You know, I'll give it a shot. I arranged a meeting with some of the events organizers in order to challenge a member and increase my standing in the round table. These duels do not usually lead to death, but they're nonetheless dangerous. A fighter with enough prestige, glory to his name, could try to leverage to avoid the duel. Sombat has accepted the duel. It's not like he has any choice to begin with. I should be victorious. Should I be victorious, I'll take his rank in the round table. But if I defeat, I'll taste shame and humiliation. Duke Sambat of Abkhazia. Abkhazia. Well, he's an old man, but don't underestimate him. He's quick. He's a quick thinker. Alright, let's begin. Ring the bell. Habit of mine. Wildly flails his weapon around while running in my direction. I'll dodge. Alright, the enemy's in front of me. Looking directly and getting ready to receive my attack. I'll target the center. Alright, I hit him. Right on head. He's flailing his weapon again. I'll dodge. Okay, go center. And now he was slowly swinging his weapon at me before it suddenly changed its trajectory. Look out. There you go. Victory is yours. The referees stopped the fight and declared me as a victor. I can now be considered as a veteran, while my defeated foe will be shamed and will be considered to be of lowly novice rank. One step closer to greatness. So there you go. When you're a veteran, more prestige, +1 martial, a little bit of sex appeal, and combat skill to go along with it. So yeah, my wife likes me more. Just a tad bit. And I know you're stressed, but should you die of severe stress, I gotta find a... Isn't there a... Yeah, her, but... widowed and can't, you know, recruit her. Because I would have loved that. Well, actually, you can release her, then you offer the marriage, and Samara would accept it, even if that guy hates my guts. Keep her under house arrest. Even now that the pregnancy's over, my wife's cravings for exotic foods have yet to stop. I'm starting to think she's just taking advantage of my generosity to grow fat. I think you've had enough, my dear. That didn't work. Training is over. I could become either just or a skilled fighter. I am a skilled fighter. Even more combat skill. Seems my advice fell on deaf ears. Every day that passes by, my wife keeps stuffing herself like a goose. So much for moderation. I need a larger bed. She hasn't got the fat trait yet. She's stressed. I really would love to have a son, but so that way my vassals can stop being mad at me for having a female heir. Keep looking. Yeah. These guys from Palmyra are going to win that war. And once they win, then looks like we found our next county to take. There's no resources down here, is there? No. As you can see, butchery and fishery, that's quality 1. It's bag of meats in the trade lake for the trade goods. And if we were, although I won't be able to control all the counties, but these are just good examples. What's going on? A holy war for Gazarta. Ah, the Nestorians are winning. Don't worry. You're backing them up, right? And them too. And started by those guys. You'll be alright. You will definitely be alright. So we got our income from the resource. Get another militia training ground. Yes, we have no money, but don't worry. We just got one right now. As the days pass, I notice that my spouse has become more and more listless. Things that used to amuse her no longer have the same effect. Seeing her with a long face has become a daily occurrence. Some of my courtiers have been overheard discussing the unseemly state of my wife, which has finally prompted me to act. How should I approach this problem? Oh, this isn't going to work, but some encouraging words ought to do the trick. I ordered my wife to meet me in a private study in the evening. Hours upon hours I spent speaking at length about the problems that plagued her mind. Alas, there were too many to listen to. The only thing I seemed to have gotten were sore ears. My ears are sore, but I achieved nothing. Yeah, you're stressed and you're becoming fat. But I'm trying to sway you. At least you'll still have high opinion of me. This year was not the most productive for the silver mine in Kurdistan. It will need some extra help to reach the annual quota. I'll let them work at their own pace. They'll do fine. Remember, we also own that silkworm resource. Silkworm farm, which is an even bigger income than a silver mine, I think. Just noticed it just now. Well, looks like the Zoroastrians are going to get Azerbaijan. Well, meanwhile, we're going to waltz on down and grab Rabbah. That's the next county we take. Because, 1, Assyrian culture, and 2, part of the Silk Road, which, there is no trade post. Neither of them. There's no trade posts. So, we'll take it anyhow. We're just gonna make things quick. And we've got a good number of troops now. Well, she was incapable and had to die in prison. You want the widow? Here you go. Just be glad you've been saving your money for a long while. Totally forgot about the military training. Consolidation of Rabbah. Of course, after we take this territory, it's going to be over the domain limit. And I'm gonna have to, you know, give one of the counties away. Most likely this one. Here we go. That'll prevent them from moving on in. If they're going to be crossing the river and we have the advantage of the desert, or we get reinforcements. Here we are. Killed them all. Doing all this work by myself. If only we have a siege leader with us, so we can get things done quick. A learned Jewish man has appeared at my court. He comes highly recommended in the arts of bookkeeping and administration. He has already suggested ways of improving the bureaucratic efficiency of the realm. He could potentially make a fine steward. Uri of Castellan. Is it Yuri or Uri? Either of the two. Give me a moment. I can replace him. Won't give it to Jewish, because Jewish counselors, you know, they do help. Not to mention I'm money intensive these days. I'm having a headache right now. Not a serious illness. You think it's the flu? To ease my pain, Ezekiel had to write down the names of my worst enemies, and when nobody's looking, I tossed the parchment into the fire. Better them than you, my lord. I have no rivals, do I? No, no friends, no rivals. But I would love to have another child. If she stops being stressed. She started to get sick as well. Unfortunate. I was thinking a good way to sway her. What the heck? You want to titillate the senses of women? Highly paid harlots? What the heck? Or a private encounter? No, we got the money. Hang on. Seek treatment. At least according to the reports, the group of prostitutes, Duchess, was extremely satisfied with my present. What? I think that text is intended for a male character. What for her? She's not a lesbian. She's not homosexual. Give me a correct treatment, Ezekiel. He insisted that foul smells of civilization made me sick, and ordered to take daily walks in the wilderness. Yeah, the wilderness. As in, the deserts and plains of northern Iraq, or soon-to-be Assyria. Try it again. I ordered my wife to meet me in a private study in the evening. Hours upon hours spent speaking at length about the problems that plagued her mind. Though it was difficult, I managed to restore some semblance of calm into her mind. Excellent. Now that she's no longer stressed, let's have a child. And you told me to pray to Perun? Oh, right, you're Bulgarian, you're Slavic. You said that because you're of that religion. Whatever you say. Headache's gone away. Alright. And I'm sure her coughs will go away. Maybe she drank that potion that Ezekiel made. Yep, good old Zeke. Just wondering, is it over? No? Boy. Just 100 piety, despite the fact that I'm cynical and lustful, so that kind of hurts it. Maybe I should have become zealous. But it's a 10% chance, and it's not martial related for training. But what can you do? Now to give one of the counties away. Yeah. So let's check the people on the court. Oh yes, I forgot another thing from that recent patch. Made a limit on court size. You know, for a duke, it bases 20, you can hold up to 20 people. And you have plus on technology, feudal, local technology, and the castle towns. So in other words, so who here wants to hold this county? Matter of fact, the better question is, anybody in the realm? You know what, I'll give it to him, because not only it's Kurdish culture up there, but it's also because, look, he's a holy warrior, he's a good man. We need his talent, so for your distinguished service, here is the county of Bira. Be happy. Not to mention it was plundered by savages, me, and my undisciplined troops, which they have better discipline nowadays. Thought about fighting them next, but I think we could take them on. Just wait a couple. I was thinking about taking that since that treaty is expired, but I don't think there's any reason to. Because not did your part of that area that I'm trying to build. Don't want to do that. Oh yeah, the Nestorian Holy War. How are they doing? Yep, we're winning. By we, I mean Nestorian. Yep, he's expanding again. The High Chief of Austria. Here you go, here's some big pile of money. For a 2-year-old he could sure write, unless somebody was dictating to write this. Yep, there's already a Kingdom of Bohemia. Because of that guy, the World Burner. Yeah, he's invading Austria. That's the reason. They're scared of the Is he a giant? No, if he was, we would have called him the Bohemian Behemoth. I was thinking about the other Nestorians, the Persian Nestorians. What are they doing? I don't think they're going to do well in terms of defending themselves. Just improving my fighting skill. Yeah, I knew something like that was coming. The commander of the Rhine. This will be a challenge. He's been into more duels than I. Huh. It's easier to hit with a normal attack. Well, I guess I'll just swing my weapon at him. There you go. You just gotta think. Safe and timid attack. I'll try to prepare. Bad move. Remember not to do that again. Remember that. Target the center. Oh my goodness. Oh, dodge. He beat me. Made that critical mistake for doing that parry attack. Or parry whatnot. Don't do that next time. Be sure to get in better shape. He got lucky. Just took a drink. I was wondering. Battle of Barracks next, just for heavy infantry. Some of the more better fighting troops from here. Just to be in preparation of the future war for Edessa. Which I hope so, see it doesn't attack that against Syria. Down there. Oh boy. By any other name. My lord, Duchess Tam approaches me with a large ledger clutched in her ink-stained hands. Would you do me the honor of bestowing the nickname upon me, my lord? Well, I know you're a good wife, and such. Well, I know you do eat a lot, and nice. I don't want to lose prestige, but I'll just say, what about the dove? Yep, it's Tam the dove. You know, just to try to be nice. And get me another child, will you? We really gotta stop these guys one day. And heaven forbid should I ever face him in a round table. Well, I'll send her a fancy gift. Don't want to spend too much. Does he have a threat level? I mean, yeah, he slowly but surely expands, but he's about to make a big score, entering into Assyria. You'll be a formidable fighter one day. So that way you can take on all comers. Zoroastrians are winning. News from China. The status quo in China is over. The Pale Rider is sowing a deadly seeds in China. Devastating plague has broken out in Kafeng. No goods travel along the Silk Road as merchants fear infection. Even so, the deadly scourge is spreading quickly, and the troubles of China could soon be ours. China will not be able to assist its tributary states. It's unfortunate for the young emperor. There's a devastating plague, which means the value of the Silk Road is reduced by 90%. So yeah, trade is ground to a halt, and the economy is forced to its knees, and the Empire's armies will not be able to assist them. Big income. Disaster has happened at the silver mine in Kurdistan. Some of the workers died and the infrastructure is falling apart. Without immediate intervention, the silver mine will have to be terminated. Well, with this newly earned money, I'll pay whatever it takes to correct it. Glad that opportunity came. And build a barracks here. Don't build another one, just in case. What is he doing now? Oh, wait a minute, that's not he, that's a she. He's been slain. I think we found a possible opportunity for another war. While I just watch in horror. If they ever take Edessa, then we can never take it. You know what, I'll give another shot. Oh boy. Now this guy's gonna be a challenge. I mean, I always underestimate him. And plus he's fresh off of a warrior pilgrimage. Wants to target my head. He stunned me but missed the follow-up. I'll take a defensive stance. Wildly flailing his weapon. Dodge! Oh, swing my weapon at him. What him? Swiftly do a lunge attack. Counter it. There we go. I'm back up there now. Wife's pregnant. See, calling you the dove is a good thing. Because I'm trying to play nice. Plus I can't attack her because that requires parity because she's in the Holy War. Not speaking of war. Here's some money. Good thing I've been saving up for that. And I'm close to improving that combat skill one more time, so keep at it. Almost there. He's going to do a holy war for that tiny area. That war in Azerbaijan just won't end, will it? Hey, you know what? It's February. I should do this instead if I want some piety. Let's make special plans for Lent. Lent is the period preceding Easter, during which the faithful abstain from meat, among other worldly pleasures, as an act of penance. It is a period of prayer, sacrifices, and acts of charity. Its purpose is to meditate upon the suffering of Christ and to grow in His likeness. How would I prepare for this season? I shall observe all that is required as a Christian. No need to be malnourished. I got the piety. So once Lent is finished, then we'll go to war for Edessa. Finally. Confession. The Church teaches that Christ died for your sins on a cross, but you also must seek His forgiveness and to keep His commandments to attain salvation. The priest implored the whole congregation to go to confession this Sunday. What will I do? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned for my, lust and my cynicalism. And other little messes. Thank you for the money. Yeah, how about that? He is risen. Easter is the most important feast of the church. All over Christendom, people gather at night in the church with candles unlit. Then the priest lights a fire and puts a light to all the candles. All excerpts from the Bible is read from Genesis to the death and resurrection of Christ. At this moment, the whole church celebrates the victory of Christ, the victory of light over darkness and life over death. The period of fasting is over, and the time for celebration begins. Yikes! Don't do that. Let us celebrate. Yeah, he's gonna have to come down here now. Because he's got no skills because of unknown sources. Is he a member of that devil worship society? So we gotta beat him to it, so get Edessa. Although it's not a de jure part of future kingdom of Assyria, but it would be necessary to do it for the Nestorian Church. Because they lost the Holy War twice, but they won a few more. And knowing that me taking part of this war will cause some of the troops of the allies of the Neophysites to it. Why are you concerned about them? They're not Nestorian. More power to the Zoroastrians. This is one of the fewest times I ever done such a thing. After this war is over, I will close this episode. We made a good number of troops. Don't worry, they'll be taking this satrapy, and Nestorian moral authority goes up. And it's going to go up even more, as we'll be marching and take Edessa for ourselves. We're doing this for the church, not for Assyria this time. Sorry, I bark like a dog whenever I get shivers. Oh, look, it's them. They're not going to stay here to raid. Okay. Alright, got a son. who's born sickly. Oh. You know, just a sign of luck, I'm gonna name you Abraham. Because, you know, that little society there. Yeah, naming you after Saint Abraham. One way would say it's supposed to be a sign of luck. And also you'll be the cupbearer. One would think this is the first toy we're gonna give him, you know, just trying to be more positive and such. And please, Ezekiel, save my boy. I don't get many children. Well, little Abraham still appears slightly weaker than the other children his age. I swear he's much more energetic than he was a couple of weeks ago. He might be not out of the woods quite yet, but the worst has passed. Thank you, Ezekiel, for giving my son a second chance. See, this is why Ezekiel is a beloved figure around here in the court. So after we take this holding, then go beat these guys. Let's move out. And we took some linen cloths, which we'll sell it to the Trade League soon enough. This is the best that their ally has sent. Oh, it'll be a while. Since I'm not Brothel anymore, at least I don't have to do that reckless charge tactic. Now we'll kick him out. Don't even think about it. Just for this once. And this one for stables. He isn't up to anything yet. I'm surprised that they never gave me a mission to, oh, I don't know, train somebody. I mean, I've requested a lot of training, but never me training someone. Just further up on the glory. All these truces expiring, which means we can take all these little areas now. Ah, here it is. Now we can sell the linen cloths out of here. There's that spawned army of his. The one that we are scared to death at. My teacher has just met a death. He either held a grudge or must have been a bounty related thing. nonetheless. Alright, let's get him. I'll attempt to do this. There we go. He's going to think it's a critical hit, but I'll target the center. Oh, dodge it. Now swing it. Swung for the fences. I thought he was on the move again. So come on, let's just finish this war, then we'll get out of here and move on to the next episode, which again, you will see this series on every Monday and Thursday every week. But this is going to be a much longer series than Ragusa, which is my previous series. Because I'm sure in the next episode we will have the... Where have you been? Where have you been in all my life? You get to the front line. We need your siege skill. I thought you died. But clearly you've been a lunatic and a tutor. Guess he was a military tutor for a short time. We thought we lost you. Good to be back. So come on, let's finish this thing. I think he probably, at one of the early battles, early in this episode, maybe he didn't die, he was taken prisoner and we didn't know. And I guess he must have become a lunatic during his time in prison. They probably humiliated him or something. He was our holy warrior who died of rabies. Holy Christmas. Well, let's finish taking this county before we distribute some land on the next episode. And now I'm a formidable fighter. We train no more, because Duke Ashur of Nineveh is the best fighter in the Fertile Crescent. And Edessa is ours. Bring our boys home. Wait a minute, what the... somebody else wanted Edessa. Well, I guess we'll fight these guys too. Just when I was about to wrap it up. Plus we have so much money that... Well, we gotta do something about that money. There goes my center. I was never good with the center. Well, I guess we'll have to spend it on some barracks. More troops for future wars. Because we're military intensive these days. And I think I should rank up because I'm a very good fighter now. Oh my goodness, it's the Cyclops himself. He's invading Syria to take this area. He's stressed, but he's a renowned duelist. Yep, now you're dealing with a mammoth of a man. He's gonna go for an easy attack. Dodge. I'll take a defensive stance. Counter it. Blast. Look, I'll defend again. I'm not getting... Oh, he's gonna do it again? No, I'm gonna swing for it. I'm gonna swing again. Blast. He's gonna kick my tail. Oh my goodness. And the winner is he. Well, let's just finish this war, alright? I only bruised his legs a few times, but then that's the best I could do. But nonetheless, I guess it was an even match, and I didn't know it. So we were just evenly matched. I'll give him some training. It's about time that I become a tutor. I wonder why I never have a strong center. These guys on the flanks have more troops than I do. One would say it's unfair, but that's just... Captured one of the mayors. Speed up, will ya? Just want this episode done with. Which was a very eventful first episode. Hang on. Just one more battle and that's that. Yep, he's taking this area too. I mean, what does he want? Does he want Jerusalem or does he want Anatolia? Huh. My wife Tamsin really letting herself go as of late. While as a once graceful and delicate woman, slowly become an undignified, hefty glutton, only excited about her next great feast. Now she's fat. Stop stuffing yourself, you pig! She lost the fat trait. So now I get the prestige and war reparation money. There. Now we can end this first episode finally. Because on the next episode, soon, we're going to have the Kingdom of Assyria form. And then eventually march south and take Iraq, which will become Babylonia. So we hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.